Breaking right now, Jennifer Aniston has joined Gwyneth Paltrow in snubbing Meghan Markle in a brutal blow to the fake Duchess's ambition to create a new Hollywood posse in Montecito to replace Oprah Winfrey, who no longer wants much to do with her, and Ellen DeGeneres and Portia de Rossi, who have fled to the UK. Fascinating reporting from Radar Online. I'm going to get analysis from According to Taz on this in just one moment. Oh, Tash, I'm cringing for her.
She is exactly the same as she was before she met Harry. The only thing that she's got slightly differently is she's got the title now, and it has opened a few more doors for her, but she's still finding a lot of doors slammed in her face. Kerry Washington's a perfect example, actually. There's a photograph of Meghan meeting Kerry Washington when she was an unknown, maybe the first couple of seasons of Suits. And Kerry obviously just posed for a picture, not really knowing who this person was, you know. And then many years later, we saw at the Beyonce concert, Kerry Washington is with Kelly Rowland and Meghan, and they're saying, oh, Meghan was so wonderful. She's so lovely. And recently, Meghan then went to, she was photographed naturally in the corner of Kerry Washington's birthday. So Meghan is trying to get herself in with people. I do believe that she's always done things like that. When Meghan went to the sushi restaurant, do you remember that, Dan? When she went to the sushi restaurant and Cameron Diaz was minding her own business outside with her husband, Benji, and apparently Gwyneth Paltrow was in there. And then the next minute, there were all these stories coming out that Meghan's now best friends with Gwyneth Paltrow and Cameron Diaz, and they're all hanging out. And the same thing happened when they went to the Katy Perry concert. The paparazzi magically knew exactly what flight, what bit of tarmac at LAX Airport their private jet would be waiting. And you had privacy-loving celebrities like Zoe Saldana, again, Cameron Diaz, I think, was there. And you had all of these people that basically have got around all of the Hollywood sets when they're not on films. They have a private life, and then the paparazzi were waiting for them. What was the new thing that would have caused that? Meghan being there. She thinks that she's going to get famous by association, and she's not. And Jennifer Aniston she's not going to be playing with her in any way, because Jennifer Aniston's best friend is Jason Bateman. Jason Bateman's sister, Justine Bateman, she's the one that has laid into Harry and Meghan for being disaster tourists, and they could win the Olympics at victimhood. These are all people that hang around in the same group. So Jennifer Aniston is definitely going to be, I guess, return to sender when she gets a nice little calligraphy, well, fake calligraphy written note.
Oh, beautifully put. And the thing is, Justine Bateman, I mean, her Substack this week was brutal. The Victim Olympics 2020 to 2024, and she used Meghan's, what do you call it? The crown, you know, on, there it is.
She's not playing.
She's not playing. And you know what? I just say, you go, girl. I love it. And
for years, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry have been trying to establish themselves as major Hollywood power players after stepping away from the royal family. But now, a surprising new celebrity story is creating major buzz online. According to explosive reports and growing commentary across social media, Jennifer Aniston allegedly has absolutely no interest in forming a friendship with Meghan Markle, with critics now calling Meghan desperate, needy, and socially isolated in Hollywood circles. But how much of the story is actually true? And why has this alleged celebrity rejection suddenly become such a massive talking point online? Tonight, we're breaking down the entire controversy, the Hollywood dynamics behind it, the media framing, and why this story is spreading so quickly across celebrity gossip and royal commentary channels. Let's get into it. The video immediately frames this situation as emotionally embarrassing for Meghan Markle. Before any details are even explained, viewers are hit with emotionally loaded words like sad, needy, and rejected. And that language matters because it instantly pushes the audience toward a very specific emotional interpretation. The creator wants viewers to see Meghan not as a confident public figure, but as someone allegedly struggling to gain acceptance inside elite Hollywood circles. And honestly, This taps into a much bigger conversation that has surrounded Meghan ever since she and Prince Harry relocated to California. One of the biggest public questions has always been whether Hollywood truly embraced them after leaving the royal family. Did they successfully transition into powerful celebrity figures? Or are they still outsiders trying to secure influence and acceptance?
Then we get the shade, but it's shade that is very much shrouded in nice talk from Gwyneth Paltrow in Vanity Fair. But the really telling thing here is that clearly she just doesn't want to be associated with Meghan at all. She doesn't want the feature to be all about Meghan. She knows that if she says anything about Meghan, then it's going to be really awkward because Meghan has, as you just pointed out, briefed that they're really good friends. So the way that Gwyneth Paltrow decides to do this initially is she just tells Vanity Fair, oh, I don't know Harry and Meghan at all. The journalist is obviously like, what the hell? And then Gwyneth, and it's really awkward, has to clarify saying, I mean, I've met Meghan, who seems really lovely, but I don't know her at all. And then the ultimate kicker is she says, maybe I'll try to get through their security detail and bring them a pie. Oh, I was just like, this is so bad. But so good at the same time.
Oh, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. It was the classiest, bitchiest thing that I've read in some time. I actually really like Gwyneth Paltrow, and I love the way she came across in this interview. But there is definitely some acid tongue backlash in she just, what was it she said? She is happy for anybody to attempt at anything that they want to in life. You know, meaning about Meghan trying to become competition for Goop. And I can't remember the exact wording, but it was the fact that she was like, oh, well, she's, anybody can attempt to do whatever they like in this world. And you can just almost hear the kind of the nails a little bit. I thought, it's actually a really good article. It did make me laugh.
Yeah, I think she actually dealt with it in the perfect way, because then she also started talking about how females need to support other females, and that's why she would often appear on other people's podcasts, but obviously, tellingly, not Meghan's. And I highly doubt she will.
Did you notice that she actually said, she seems nice, not I've met her and she is nice? Very telling. Very, very telling.
Those words were super telling. But Tash, you know what it's like if we have any of these conversations, and because you and me happen to have white skin, even though Meghan is half white, has a white father, grew up as Caucasian, put on her CV, her acting CV, that she was Caucasian so that she could get Caucasian parts, admitted that she had never suffered any racism in her entire life until she joined the royal family. Despite all of that, Tash, if we as white people criticize anything that Meghan does, or point out the fact that she's a hypocrite, point out the fact that she's a bully, point out just truths about what's going on in her life. Because remember, in my personal case, Tash, all of my reporting about Meghan Markle when she entered the royal family was incredibly positive. It was only once I learned that the late Queen Elizabeth II was so disgusted by her behaviour that she had actually phoned Harry and said, Meghan has to stop acting like this, that I believed that there was a clear public interest in reporting that story, then reporting the fact that she'd also fallen out with Catherine. Again, it was over the way that Meghan was talking to staff at Kensington Palace. Like, none of that was even slightly anchored in race. But the problem is these people on the hard left, right, will just never, ever stop. And I know this will be painful for some of you, but I want to show you how deranged they are and then allow Tash to respond. Because, Tash, let's just be honest about it. In this interview with Miss Anne Harriman, who is a photographer, social activist, and Oscar-nominated filmmaker, with Channel 4's race beta-in-chief in the UK, a guy called Krishnan Guru Murthy, who is a complete hard left propagandist. In that interview, they are making direct and disgusting claims about people like you and me, Tash, saying that we should forget our journalism, forget our commentary, because if we dare say anything, clearly there has to be a race-based motivation. They are the racists. I'd also remind everyone that Meghan Markle has never, ever distanced herself from the Sussex Squad trolls, who are not only the biggest gang of internet dastardly folk in history, but also total racists, anti-white racists, all the time, to Catherine and Camilla and the late Queen and people like me and you. So that's the setup.
This video clearly leans heavily toward the second narrative. Jennifer Aniston plays a very important symbolic role in this story. She represents a completely different type of celebrity image. For decades, Jennifer has been viewed as successful, widely liked, relatively private, and largely free from major public controversy. And the video uses that contrast intentionally, because by placing Jennifer beside Meghan, the creator is subtly framing Jennifer as calm and respected while Meghan is portrayed as controversial and socially complicated. The phrase "zero interest" becomes the emotional centerpiece of the entire story. It suggests not just distance but active avoidance. And emotionally, that wording is powerful because it makes viewers imagine Meghan allegedly trying to build celebrity friendships while major stars quietly keep their distance.
The race baiting, it makes my blood boil because I'm so over this because Right, so where to start? Let me collect my thoughts for a second. So firstly, the majority of people that are talking about Meghan since With Love Meghan came out or since she launched Instagram, they are laughing at her. They are laughing at her the same as they did with the South Park episode, with the Family Guy episode, with them being called lazy effing grifters, with every attempt that they have done to create something worthwhile, their educational programming that was going to teach the masses, bring communities together. And it's just been a load of waffle. It really has been a mass combination of everything that they touch. They've got the reverse Midas touch. And people call them out for their hypocrisy. They call them out for their lies. That's not hating on someone. Don't be a hypocrite. Stop telling lies. Stop complaining that people are invading your privacy while you do a book and a TV series selling your family's intimate and private details down the river for 30 pieces of silver. If you don't like people commenting on your Instagram post because you put an Instagram post out there every day, don't put an Instagram post out there every day. But the thing is, they have weaponized this racism card, and it's very frustrating because, like you said, because I'm white, people will automatically say that I'm racist purely because of my skin color. Now, you tell me who is the racist in that scenario. Meghan has been pulled apart because of her behavior. And when I say pulled apart, I mean that she has been criticized, she has been questioned, she's lied to courts, she did some awful things to the Queen and to Prince Philip, as did Harry. And they use it as a shield that they can get away with absolutely everything, like Harry is now obviously using his visa status. And nobody is above criticism. Nobody. It's like me putting myself out there, doing the YouTube videos and then crying every day because I get trolled. I do get trolled all the time. I've had prank calls. People have tried to do the American equivalent of swatting my home. I've had the police called to my home by so-called Harry and Meghan fans. It's absolutely horrific, the abuse that you get, but you just ignore it. You just ignore these people. Meghan is not being targeted because of her colour. She is being targeted because of her behaviour. And she's not being targeted when people are just laughing at her. So that's my rant, really. If people are just laughing at her, and it needs to not be something that people can say she's a victim because of that. Meghan makes herself a victim by doing what she does.
I mean, I couldn't agree more. I absolutely couldn't agree more.
It's frustrating. It's frustrating, isn't it?
Well, I mean, it's incredibly frustrating because I think what that man and what Christian Guru Murphy have to reveal is that Meghan actually tried to destroy the British royal family with absolutely provable lies about racism. Now, she is allowed to do that, but to suggest that any pushback that she gets about those despicable lies. Lies, by the way, about the most beloved woman in the world. I'm talking about the late Queen Elizabeth II. I'm sorry. You're the one who is going to go down in history for all of the wrong reasons, Ms. Markle.
Whether there's hard evidence for that or not almost becomes secondary to the emotional story being created. The video now starts pushing the idea that Meghan is aggressively trying to establish powerful Hollywood connections. And honestly, this is a very common narrative in celebrity commentary content surrounding Meghan Markle. Critics often portray her as someone deeply focused on status, influence, branding, and elite social circles. So the creator frames this alleged rejection from Jennifer Aniston as symbolic of a much larger issue. The suggestion is that Meghan's Hollywood transition may not be going as smoothly as expected. And visually, the editing reinforces that constantly. Jennifer is shown laughing with celebrity friends, confidently attending glamorous events, and appearing relaxed and socially secure. Meanwhile, Meghan clips are often slower, more serious, or tied to controversial media moments. That visual contrast subtly shapes how viewers emotionally interpret the story. And honestly, editing choices like that can be incredibly persuasive. The video also begins connecting this story to broader criticisms surrounding Meghan and Harry's post-royal life. We start seeing references to media backlash, Netflix criticism, Spotify controversy, and ongoing debates about their public image. This is important because the creator wants viewers to see this alleged Jennifer Aniston rejection not as an isolated social story, but as part of a growing pattern. A pattern suggesting that Hollywood may be becoming cautious around Meghan and Harry due to the non-stop controversy surrounding them. And honestly, this taps into one of the internet's favorite celebrity narratives, the rise and possible fall of public influence.
Journalists like me, commentators like you, who have shone a light on the truth, which has now even been picked up by the left-wing liberal media in America. It's shameful. It is utterly shameful. But the problem is, history will be the judge. And I do not believe it will be the journalists who expose the truth that go down badly. I believe it will be Meghan's claims. Because this woman, by the end of her time, I think will be viewed as a destructive force. Only time will tell. History can be the judge. But that's how I feel about it. Tash, there was one other thing that really annoyed me this week. Really annoyed me. And I wanted to show it to you to get your response.
Rant away, Dan. Let's get it all out.
Sorry about this. But it was Harry on stage refusing, Tash, to bring himself to say that he missed anything about the UK. Like his dad, his brother, the royal family, pubs, friends, the British public, nothing, Tash. He just could not bring himself to say it. Tash, over to you.
He's never going to admit it. He is never, ever going to admit that he misses his family, that he misses his friends, that he misses his old life, that he misses his popularity. He is never going to admit that I really did make a huge mistake when I went on Oprah, when my grandfather, who loved me and was there for me, when my mother had died. And I decided in his final few weeks to try and destroy everything he'd spent his life working alongside with my grandmother. Harry is never going to admit that he has made a terrible choice in destroying his relationships with everyone and everything that he ever knew. Because he knows from the depths of his soul that everybody was right. And he's never going to get those years back with his grandmother, with his grandfather, and even with his father, knowing that the king is in ill health and he still couldn't bring himself to say anything about, oh, I miss spending time with my father, my family, nothing. Harry it's a sword that he's going to die on, really, isn't it? It's just unbelievable that he couldn't even bring himself to say anything. He will never admit that he has made the biggest mistake of his life.
No, but it's very sad. I mean, the thing is, he has way too much pride, number one, and obviously we know pride comes before a fall. But I also believe, Tash, that he was worried about Meghan's reaction. I think he is still scared of her. And he knew that she would be furious if he were to say anything positive about the country which he loves, and about the country which for 2 decades loved and supported him through thick and thin.
It is really sad because, as I said, it's when I go back and I'm doing a YouTube video where I'm looking back at the old Harry, shall we call him? And it wasn't that long ago. And we're talking 2015 Harry, even 2016 Harry. You still see a little bit of that Harry in 2017. But from the prince that he was to the man that he's become, the wording that he used in his book Spare, it's not anything to be proud of, really. And there are times when I think I feel sorry for him. It's very fleeting because then I'm reminded, obviously, of the hurt that he caused his grandparents and his family. And it's him, he's the one that betrayed his family more. But it's just, the whole thing's still kind of shocking. Like I said earlier, the thing with the frog, it's so crazy to think of Harry, how he was, how much he was liked. He was one of the most popular royals. I think at one point he was polled as being the most popular royal next to the Queen.
Yeah, at one point, Tash, he even, and I mean, I always found this extraordinary at the time because I've always known about Harry's flaws and his nastiness.
Yeah.
But he was more popular than the late Queen Elizabeth II with the British public. Briefly.
And now Prince Andrew's more popular than him. Let's be honest, he didn't try and destroy the monarchy and his family, did he? There are some people that actually view Prince Andrew with more of a positive light than they do Harry.
Well,
now,
I do, which is a whole separate conversation, which we'll save for another day. And I know there'll be a whole load of backlash about that, but I do. And I can back it up and I can justify it. And I think increasingly that will be a view that the public come to when they maybe are not so reliant on some of the MSM lies that have been told over the Prince Andrew situation. But that is a story for another day. According to Taz, must follow, must watch YouTube channel with incredible analysis on a bi-weekly basis or sometimes more. And love having you part of Outspoken, Tash.
Oh, thanks, Dan. It's great to be back, and I will see you in a couple of weeks. You enjoy the rest of your week.
People are fascinated by stories about fame, acceptance, exclusion, and social power. And when royal drama mixes with Hollywood celebrity culture, engagement skyrockets. As the video continues, the online reaction becomes a major focus. Comment sections, tweets, and tabloid headlines begin flooding the screen. Some critics mock Meghan, arguing that celebrities are quietly distancing themselves from her. Others defend her completely, saying these stories are exaggerated tabloid gossip designed to humiliate her. And honestly, that divide is exactly why content like this spreads so aggressively online. Because audiences don't just watch Meghan Markle's stories neutrally anymore. They emotionally choose sides. To supporters, Meghan is constantly targeted unfairly by media and commentators. To critics, she represents celebrity ambition mixed with endless public drama. And every new headline becomes another emotional battleground between those two perspectives. By the end of the video, viewers are left with a much larger question than whether Jennifer Aniston actually wants to be friends with Meghan Markle. The real question becomes, has Meghan truly found the level of Hollywood acceptance and influence many expected after leaving royal life? Or is she still struggling to fully establish herself inside elite celebrity circles? And honestly, that uncertainty is exactly what keeps stories like this dominating the internet. Because Meghan Markle remains one of the most polarizing public figures in modern celebrity culture. To some people, she's ambitious, independent, and unfairly targeted. To others, she's constantly surrounded by controversy and public image problems. And every new celebrity rumor only deepens that divide. But now I want to hear from you. Do you think these Jennifer Aniston friendship rumors are being exaggerated by the media? Or could this actually reflect growing distance between Meghan Markle and Hollywood elites? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this full breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more royal family drama, celebrity controversy coverage, and deep dive reaction videos. Subscribe for more royal and celebrity breakdowns. Bell.